How do you get the dinosaurs on the ark?
Right. The perception is that the ark is too small. We have a lot of people have this perception of the ark being very small, and of course dinosaurs are very big. The ones we're interested in anyway.
Right.
Many dinosaurs were small, but the ones that are cool are the ones that are big. That goes jumping around.
Yeah,
and so on.
you could see 80-ton Ultrasauruses, and how would you get that on a boat?
How does that work?
Yeah.
Well, part of the problem is the perception that people have.
Right.
They imagine this ark as this bathtub ark, and we've talked about this on a previous show. The ark and this seaworthiness and so on. That was fun.
Yeah.
Here's a drawing of what the ark may have looked like and some of the dimensions there, with some of the things that we're familiar with, like a 747 jet. We're not too familiar with dinosaurs, you can see there, but.
Yeah.
There's the ark to scale. It was a huge barge, perfectly capable of carrying 2 of every land-dwelling, air-breathing animal, which would have included dinosaurs. So they were on the ark.
Right.
That's yes. But dinosaurs come in very small packages. I usually ask the kids in the audience, how are dinosaurs born?
Right.
And they know they're born from eggs.
Right.
There are limitations to how large eggs can be.
Right.
The larger you have an egg, the thicker the shell has to be, but the thicker you make the shell, the more difficult at time the little guy on the inside has getting out. So there are limitations to how large these eggs can be.
It's not like the old, Ray Harryhausen, where you have this huge egg and then a monster would pop out. You can't have an egg that big.
Right, there are limitations. So
yeah.
The limitation seems to be around the size of a dinosaur egg. The dinosaur eggs that have been discovered are a little bit bigger than a football, the largest dinosaur eggs that have been discovered. So even Brachiosaurus, growing to over 40 feet tall in adulthood, and T-Rex, weighing many tons and so on, came out of packages this big.
Right. So now God said to take 2 of every animal and 7 of some on the ark so that they could repopulate the earth. So what you're saying then is if you've got these huge dinosaurs, those would have been the older ones. And so if you're going to repopulate the earth, you're probably not going to take grandma and grandpa on board. You're going to want younger ones. Is that?
You know what? You maybe didn't read that article in Creation Magazine a couple of episodes ago, because that used to be the common perception, that dinosaurs had this kind of linear growth pattern, that they continued to grow their entire life. The older they were, the larger they'd get.
Right.
But an article written by one of our scientists in Creation Magazine, the growth looks more like this chart here, that again appeared in Creation Magazine. They grow more like humans do. We have a growth spurt in our kind of junior high years. The growth starts off very slow. You can see there on the chart, maybe God brought to Noah the animals when they were small before they hit their growth spurt.
Right.
You can kind of see evidence of how they grow. There's kind of like tree rings in the bones, sort of,
right,
in a sense. So you can kind of see growth patterns there in some dinosaurs. Right. So again, just makes sense. Bring small animals to Noah instead of the very big ones.
Right.
There are ways that this story will work, and very reasonable ways to make it work.
Right.